Have you ever wondered how to do one of those ear-shattering whistles?
I never could do that.
It's easy.
You know, when you go to a concert or a sporting event, there's always a handful of people in the crowd who can whistle so incredibly loudly that you could be 5, 6, 7 rows away from them and you're still worried that you might suffer permanent hearing loss. I'm not that guy. But I sure would like to know how to do it. I'd like to be able to whistle so loud that it could scare away a charging grizzly bear. But practicing on my own and trying to figure out just wasn't cutting it. Now, if I just stuck with it, I might have been able to figure it out at some point, but
ain't nobody got time for that.
So if I need to learn how to do something that I don't already know how to do, naturally, I go to YouTube and look for a tutorial. There are plenty of tutorials on YouTube about how to whistle real loud, and they all have pretty much the same information. I watched a few tutorials, practiced a bit, and I did have a little bit of success, but one of the easiest to follow and simplest tutorials I found was a YouTube short. So let's see how they say to do it, follow those steps, and you may even get it on your first try. So in that short, they say, make 2 finger guns, line up the lines on your pinky there, fingers in, we're gonna curl the lips over the teeth, curl the tongue back, push back on the tongue a little bit, and then he says blow down, whatever that means. Let's try it. That was a good one, it worked. Let me try that again. Ooh, that one actually hurt my ears. Well, I have to say that short probably had the best recommendations for how to get everything in, because I nailed that on the first try. Well, that one wasn't quite as good. That was not bad. Still gonna take a little practice. Whoa! That was super loud. I think I'm gonna put my earbuds in so that when I'm practicing, I'm not doing permanent damage. So I just wanted to say briefly why it's important to me to learn how to whistle loudly. For one, it would just be kind of fun and cool to be able to be that guy at the sporting event or the concert who can make those ear-shattering whistles. But there are practical reasons as well. You know, if you need to get someone's attention from real far away, instead of yelling and straining your voice, you can just whistle and you'll get their attention. A loud whistle can also possibly prevent an accident from happening. Just like when you're driving in your car, you can honk the horn to avoid an accident. If you see danger approaching, you can whistle, get someone's attention, and possibly save them from a bad situation. A lot of hikers and campers and backpackers will actually carry a whistle with them when they go out into the woods. If you get lost or injured, being able to whistle loudly could get someone's attention and they can come and help you if you're stranded or injured. So those are some of the reasons I wanted to learn how to be able to whistle really loudly. And I was pretty happy when I first got it. But to be able to do it consistently is going to take some practice. Almost. That was pretty good. I feel like I'm getting worse now. I think maybe my jaw is getting a little tired again. I think maybe I need to take a short break. I had a couple of really good ones and then it started to get worse, so I'll take a short break. I'll come back and try again. And consistency is important. If you need to whistle to save someone from possible danger or to get someone's attention, if you stick your fingers in your mouth and you blow and nothing comes out, it's not really going to help you very much. Well, I spent some more time practicing yesterday, well, on and off, because I do find that it's good to take breaks. Trying to do it too many times in a row, at least for me, it starts to suffer. But I did practice on and off, and now I want to show that I've got it down pretty good. I can do it pretty consistently. Maybe not every time, but probably at least 9 out of 10 times I'm able to do it now. So I'm still gonna do the 2 finger guns, line things up, wet the whistle a little bit. Ooh, gonna put the earbuds back in, that hurt my ears. So, as proof that I can do it more consistently now, I wanna do several in a row. And if I get a good one, I don't wanna just leave my fingers in there because it's almost like cheating. If you have everything in the right position, you can do it many times. So, if I get a good one, I'm gonna start over and we'll see if we can get several in a row. That was already one, I'm counting that one. That's 2, wasn't quite as loud as the first one, but it's still a good whistle. 3. Starting over each time. I think that was 7 in a row. Okay, so as you can see, that's 8 in a row. I think that proves that I can do it just about every time now. So with a little bit of practice, you'll get a lot more consistent. And if you're like me, if you practice a little bit, take a break, your jaw might start to get tired. I was starting to get lightheaded, and also just the whistling quality suffered as I went too many times. I either wasn't able to get it or it wasn't as loud. But when I take a break and come back, then I'm able to get those good loud ones again. After I gained a bit of proficiency with the two-handed method, I thought it'd be good to learn how to do a one-handed method, or a taxi whistle. There are times where I might be holding something in my hand and I can't stick both hands in my mouth. So being able to do a one-handed, that would be a lot better, I think, than having 2 hands. So I learned the taxi whistle. All right, so I looked up some tutorials on how to do the taxi whistle, and of course, most everything is the same. The only difference is you're using 1 hand instead of 2. Technique is similar, but still might take a little bit of practice. Ooh, okay. May take a little bit of practice to learn how to get everything in just the right position again, but I got one there. That wasn't bad. That wasn't good. It was okay. I'll slow down a little bit. If I go too fast, I get that sore jaw. Ooh, that was loud. I'm gonna put the earbuds in, practice a little bit, and then see if I can do that one consistently. All right, so now I've practiced the taxi whistle for a while, and I've gained some proficiency with that too. I can get it most of the time. I did struggle a little bit at first, but the technique is largely the same as the two-handed method. You make the OK symbol with either your forefinger or your middle finger and your thumb. Everything else is the same. You curl your lips in, not too much, not too little. You curl your tongue back, push it back with your fingers, and blow. And with a little bit of practice, woo! With a little bit of practice, you can get a really loud whistle consistently. I run out of air before I get the full woo, whoop, like they do in the movies. That was pretty good. So yeah, once you get it, a little bit of practice, and it didn't take long for me at least to get pretty good at it and be able to do it just about every time. So it's been a few days since I started trying to learn how to whistle loudly, and I feel like I've gained a pretty good level of proficiency. So I started with the double guns, or the 4 fingers, 2 hands method. Then I did the taxi whistle, But I thought, you know, there are probably going to be times where you don't want to stick your hands in your mouth at all, whether it's both hands or just one hand. So I tried to learn how to whistle without using my fingers, and I failed. So I may have to try a little harder on that, and if I get it, maybe I'll make another video. But for me, that's way harder. But for me, as far as the or the, I can nail those pretty much every time, and I'm happy with that. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.